All right, so for Bishop Brossart, we're going to see Brady Baruski, Beckett Kuntz, Drew Steffen, Wyatt Feldman, and Nicholas Kazi bringing up the starting lineup. And then for Holy Cross, it'll be Luke Arlinghouse, Aiden Earledge, Ryan Bottom, Nate Rominger, Brady Gabbard. Luke Arlinghouse has been the big three-point shooter for Holy Cross. Only has 9 of them so far, or rather 7, I believe, so far to start the season, so hasn't exactly been blistering the nets. I think you may see him get going here in the next couple of weeks, maybe even tonight.
Well, and something you don't often see at the college ranks for Holy Cross, 5 senior starters. And Ricardo Johnson has to love all that experience.
And, of course, as they go, Nate Rominger, a key player to watch out for, too. Makes a big difference for this team. And it is Holy Cross that wins the toss. Bottoms to the basket. Tipped up, no good. Rominger had it, lost it. Stays out of bounds with Holy Cross. We are underway. Scott Borders, Brian Blair from Holy Cross High School for tonight's game. And they clear the ball for the first three-pointer of the game. And just as if he heard us, the first basket's a three-pointer from Arlinghouse.
Well, as they say, you have to guard the inbounder, and all he did was throw that in and ran to a spot, caught it, and buried it. Great start for the Indians.
Now here is a drive and a kick out. That is Beckett Kuntz with the ball. Stand between the circles. Kazi on the right wing. That's Wyatt Feldman with the ball. He reverses it to Baruski. Tried an elbow shot. Rominger blocked it. Loose on the floor. And Bishop Brossart controls it. And a long possession which won't exist in a year or so.
Well, what they're not able to do is get the ball inside the three-point line. Holy Cross's defense, that's the first time they've been in the lane all night.
Tough shot right there for Kuntz. And he got the rebound among the Giants twice. Had it knocked out of his hands, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul. Holy Cross had 4 jerseys around that.
Well, what a job right there by that young man. He was in amongst 4 white jerseys all by himself and came down with it twice. What an effort. And
Jackson Steffen checked into the game, Brian.
I think Brossart may need that kind of effort tonight just in the first minute or so.
There's a turnaround jumper, no good by Kazi, and here comes Holy Cross already up 3-0 into the front court. Arlinghouse with the ball. They're going to watch him all the way out, and so he drives and takes the mid-range jumper, but Rominger's there to clean it up. Rominger hits it. Have I said I like his game, Brian? Got those long arms.
And Rominger just had the inside position, no box out, easy rebound, easy putback. Brossart's going to have to do better on the defensive glass.
And there's an ill-advised pass. And getting into the passing lane, Holy Cross, they have the ball on the ground, and Ricardo Johnson, while Arlinghouse was on the ground, calls the quick 30-second timeout. His team up 5-0.
Well, nobody came back to help the Holy Cross player who was down. Everybody kind of ran away from him. So not wanting to see, as a coach, you don't want to use those timeouts 2 minutes in. But nevertheless, a good timeout. He saw his player was in trouble and used it. But first possession, though, honestly, the defensive pressure that Holy Cross is going to put on Brossart this whole night. And then on the offensive end for Holy Cross, they basically just cleared out the right side of the floor and let Arlinghouse go to work. We'll see if they do that again. And why not? It worked the first time.
Even 6 minutes. We're under that now. 5-0. Holy Cross the lead in the ball. Earledge with it. Drives and kicks. Arlinghouse says, I'll take a look at that. That one's off, no good. But the rebound to Holy Cross. That was Brady Gabbard on the rebound. They'll reset.
Just went up and over top the Brossart defender. Coach Franzen not happy.
Rominger kicks back out to Gabbard. Missed the shot. It was saved inbounds, but last touched by Holy Cross. Apparently somebody had a foot on the baseline, and it'll go over to Bishop Brossart. 5:28 to play, first period.
Not a great shot that time by Gabbard. I think they could have gotten something a little better. But again, an offensive rebound by Holy Cross.
Drew Steffens sits down, and Brady Rowe, number 5, has come in to replace him, the sophomore. Full court pressure, at least some token pressure, easily broken by Kuntz now into the front court. Kuntz with the 3, left side, got it, and that's a big basket. Gets them on the board, and now it's a 5-3 game. Couple of opportunities for Holy Cross.
Well, that was just a good pass, and Kuntz knocked it down. He was wide open, got a chance to set his feet.
There's a wide open three-pointer to answer by Rominger.
Same thing, good pass, good ball movement, had his feet set, and he knocked one down.
Always look for that extra pass, and it's 8-3. Kuntz with it, works to the right, drives inside, and brought the ball down, and Rominger tied him up. It'll stay with Bishop Brossart. And checking into the game is Essex Adams, number 21. He will replace Ryan Bottom.
Well, tell you what, they have very active hands. I mean, these Holy Cross defenders are in your grill from the time you come across midcourt. It's relentless. That's dangerous.
All the way into the backcourt. Kuntz chases it down with Ehrlich following closely. And just now gets it back across the timeline. 4.5 to play, first period. Looks again like they're just stymied on the inside, Brian. Not much underneath.
There's a nice cut.
Beautiful cut, and Baruski can't hit it, and it's going to be Holy Cross coming back the other way. Ehrlich for 3, right wing, got it. Third 3 of the young game for a team just averaging 4 a game. Bishop Brossart averages about 8 a game, and they've played a couple of more games.
Well, their guys just run to the open spots, and their teammates find them, and so far they've been knocking them down.
Feldman with the ball, and again, just doesn't look like a plan, so he puts it on the floor, got away with one. Brady Rowe has to give it up. Feldman now all the way over to Kuntz. Kuntz tries a tough shot, got it. 5 in the ball game for him.
Averages all 5.
12.2 a game. We're going to have a blocking foul, I believe, is going to go against Brady Rowe. Nope. I didn't see who he called that against, Brian.
Cozy. I believe it was 42.
I can't always read and count the number of fingers they have up. And there's going to be a foul on Wyatt Feldman. Minimal contact, 11-5.
Well, they hold him up backwards for us, so that's on Feldman. 32, but for us it looks like 23, and I'm not dyslexic that I know of.
All right, so Holy Cross, both teams just playing a very extended man-to-man defense. Rominger with it, and they like this lineup on Feldman. Does a nice step back, elbow jumper. Can't say enough about this kid's game, averaging 15 a game, just under Arlinghouse, who's averaging 15.2 a game. There's the elbow jumper, good answer for Kuntz.
Kuntz got away with the old Michael Jordan discard with his left hand and no call. What if the court's slick? I've seen a lot of guys slipping.
Arlinghouse just did.
It's not like there's a hockey rink under here or anything.
It's not too humid.
No.
And there's a missed shot on the drive by Henderson, put back up, no good. And they get the rebound again and then throw the ball away. That was Essex Adams who got that last one.
Shoot, they let a lot of contact go.
Amir Henderson's checked into the game. Adams almost got another steal, and we're down to 2:12. And there's another turnover. Here comes Holy Cross underneath, tough shot, no good. Rebound, Rominger gets it blocked by Feldman. Gabbard on the miss, and now coming back with an easy layup. Number 1, Brady Baruski's first basket of the game. And it's 13-9, back to 4. Gabbard Gabbard got up in the air,
Oh.
shot it late, but look at the rebound being stolen by Essex and draws the foul.
I actually thought Beazold got fouled on the reach. But nevertheless, Adams is the one who ends up going to the free throw line. But they're letting him play early.
They are. It's been a quick first half as he misses the first one. And his numbers say he'll make this one. He was 1 of 2 coming in. 13-9. $1:44 left in the first period. It feels like Holy Cross should be up by a lot more.
I agree.
Well, he really missed that one badly and then gets his own rebound.
Got to box the shooter.
Rominger with it. Free throw line extended. Feldman all over him this time. Ehrlich had a good look. Got the three.
You cannot leave him that wide open. That's twice from almost the same spot. He's buried a triple.
That's as many as his season's total through 4 games. He only hit 2 tonight. And there's an answer. Drew Steffens' first basket, the leading scorer for Bishop Brossart at 16 a game. And a nice answer, 16-12. Rominger on the drive, no good. Tip, no good, and they can cut it to 1 possession. Kuntz, some fancy handles and got too fancy.
He did. The ball just got a little bit ahead of him. It was a nice crossover up here at midcourt to avoid the turnover. But I'm glad we got a timeout because we needed. But I wonder if, and I haven't seen Brossart play, but I wonder if they can keep this pace up. I wonder if they would rather slow it down. I think Holy Cross would love to get up and down like this all night. But I wonder if you're Brossart, if you'd like to see it. I think it's more to a Holy Cross pace right now.
Ben Franzen, the head coach at Bishop Brossart. Like I said, they came in 2-4, but they also kind of played a gauntlet of teams coming in. And so they expect bigger things as the season goes on, and they figure out the kind of team they are, and they're standing right up to Holy Cross right now.
Well, for Bishop Brossart, I mean, they're a single-A school. They won the 10th Region All-A a year ago. They've got a chance to do it again in that 10th region, but they're in the same district with Campbell County and Scott. And the Camels are going to be pretty good this year, but always a fun game. You talk about a good little rivalry, the Camels and the Mustangs. Good inter-county rivalry.
Tough getting the inbounds in, but Amir Henderson gets it, and he'll set it up for Holy Cross under a minute here in the first period. Little reach, and then he touched the ball, and it's going to be a turnover. Now, I thought Steffen might have gotten away with the reach there as he made contact. No whistle, but it was off Amir Henderson.
Well, and the Bishop Brossart assistant coach almost touched that as well. And I don't know if he would have touched it about a split second sooner. It might have been Holy Cross ball.
Yep. Feldman.
Good D.
Got it tied up by Henderson. Ehrlich comes out of there with it for Holy Cross. Approaching 30 seconds. Amir Henderson, right corner, three-pointer. Good. He shot that with some confidence. Luke Arlinghouse, second three-pointer of the first period. 19-12, Holy Cross.
This team's playing like the Rick Pitino Kentucky Wildcats. Catch and shoot from 3, baby.
12 seconds left to go, first period. I hear he coached at Louisville, too, by the way.
No, I know.
Long three, but he shot it a little early. Could have made him. He waited a second. It's an air ball, and that'll end the first period. So a little bit of a run late. Holy Cross up 19-12 at 1. Your thoughts, Brian?
Well, it's just been a crazy game so far. I think Holy Cross has made a ton of threes in that first half, and that's been the difference. I mean, the 3-point shooting and the Holy Cross defense, I mean, they are in your face from the second you inbound it, but you don't get a chance to breathe when you're on offense and you're the other team. I don't feel like Pitino did. I mean, when he first went to Kentucky, that's all they did because that's the guys he had. I feel like at Louisville, they did do more half court than what he did in those early days at UK.
Well, you got to remember, he took over a Kentucky program that had been in trouble.
Yeah.
And he took some local kids he may have never recruited.
Absolutely.
And turned them into winners by the time they had played a few years with Kentucky. And his whole goal was, hey, I got some Richie Farmer out there, some Darren Feldhouse, some John. I got some kids who can shoot the ball if nothing else.
Well, if you want to go back a step further, he did that at Providence.
Right.
And you think about where the game is today and the three-point shooting that we see every night. Rick Pitino is one of those guys whose philosophy of just come down, get an open look, and take it is part of why we see what we see today at the high school level.
Throughout the game and into this level of ball, I agree. So we're underway with Holy Cross and a wide open shot and a good feed. Rominger on the basket. And quickly back down.
Nice cut.
Nice baseline cut. They're going to call the foul. That was Drew Steffen on the cut. And it was number 3, Luke Garlinghouse, on the foul.
That's his second. Of course, you mentioned it already tonight, and we're going to see in the coming year the shot clock going to be coming to Kentucky. So far in this game, we haven't needed it. Wouldn't have played a factor except maybe on that first possession. But obviously, and just to remind folks, it's 5 fouls every quarter now before you're in the 1-and-1. I'm still getting used to that one.
1 out of 2 from the line, but Brossart clears the rebound. Then they almost lose the ball, and that's what you don't want to do, get caught in the air. Luke Garlinghouse comes out with it, feeds to Earledge. Earledge thought about the 3, reversed the ball. Rominger will take it. He missed, and it's back to Brossart down 8. Brossart quickly into the front court to set up. Long three-pointer by Drew Steffen. His third. He now has 7 points. Foul in the backcourt, but it's a 5-point game.
Well, that is something else. You talk about guys who change basketball. You talk about the Steph Curry influence in the pro game. I mean, that's a deep 3. I mean, that's a 3 that, 8, 9, 10 years ago, kids just wouldn't necessarily take.
Well, now they don't even
exactly, and now they don't even think about it. They're pulling from all over the place. So this game has changed a lot, and it's not just because you and I are old. I mean, it has changed.
It really has. They're just losing the ball, but it lands in a Holy Cross player. It was Bottom who had checked in, but he lost it. So now Bishop Brossart nearly turns it over, coming back the other way. But they will have the ball with 6:46 left before halftime. And it's like you said earlier, what a frenetic pace in this game right now. We look down to mark our score sheet. We look back up, and too much action's passed away.
I tell you what, you better be in shape to play for Ricardo Johnson, because his guys are up and down the floor, and we see some guys for Brossart already kind of hands on knees, pulling at jerseys a little bit. Hit it in.
Steffen in trouble, and Earledge steals it and then loses it. Baruski ended up with the ball. Now they're going to get a good look from point-blank range, and it is good for Nicholas Cozy.
Well, he did a great job on the pump fake to get his defender up in the air and was patient.
1 possession game.
Oh.
Near steal, he steps inside the three-point arc. That ball was halfway down and bounced out. The miss for Gabbard, and here comes Bishop Brossart. Three-pointer to tie. It's an air ball. Rominger clears the rebound for Holy Cross. Three-pointer to answer. No. Rominger with the rebound. Somehow muscled it up and in and drew the foul.
That was a big boy play right there. There were 3 green jerseys around him, and you're absolutely right. He just muscled that up and in. Great play.
So he'll get the and one opportunity. I didn't see who got the foul, Brian.
Yeah, I missed who the foul was on.
11 points now for Rominger. And a lot of them are just from good old effort.
Yeah.
Kind of the garbage man of the team. He is there when you need him, though.
Well, and he's a heady player, too. He knows where to go on the floor for the open look. He figures out where rebounds are going to come off the basket.
And what a motor on that kid. The three-pointer to answer.
What a tough shot.
Kuntz has his second three. 10 points for him. A lot of players in double digits early. 24-21. And there's the straight baseline drive, and he missed it. Bonham had it so wide open. Trying to break a triple team is Kuntz. He gets rid of it. Boy, they weren't able to find him out of balance, so it's a tough shot on the drive. Lucky to draw the foul. I thought a nice job to recover for Holy Cross as Jackson Steffen will go to the line.
That was on Bottom, his second.
Arlenhouse has been on the bench with his two fouls, and there's a miss.
This reminds me of those teams Holy Cross does from Holmes a few years ago when they were so good. Just the way they pressed and just so ferocious. And pardon me my pun on the Bulldogs, but just the way they just got after you up and down the floor. And Holy Cross reminds me a lot of that.
Well, there looked like a lot of contact. No whistle. The loose ball ends up with Bottom, and he finally gets his first basket of the game. Approaching the 5-minute mark, it's a 5-point game. Woo. Nice take all the way and then missed it. Might have been too open, Baruski. Earledge has it for Holy Cross. 4:51 in the second period. No look pass. Rominger missed it but drew the foul.
I think they're going to get Steffen. Nope. Yeah, they got Jackson Steffen. Kind of just, he was in good position, but he kind of stuck his hip out a little bit there at the end.
Shot up. No good.
That's about the first negative thing we've had to say about him all night was that he missed a free throw.
Amir Henderson has checked back into the game.
You know, I said Brossart was an All-A contender. This Holy Cross team is not only a 9th region All-A contender, but they're a team to watch for at the state All-A tournament coming up later on in January and February.
Always an exciting time. All right, with the basketball trailing by 5, they've cut it to 3 in this period. No closer yet. The three-pointer here makes it a 2-point game. Baruski fell down, kept the dribble. Now it's loose. Holy Cross ends up with it. Gabbard taking it down. Gabbard gets a dunk. Only player back was Steffen, and I don't think he was going to stop him. And Gabbard's first basket's a dunk. Back to a 7-point lead.
I did not see that coming. I thought it was going to be a layup, and then he made that little Euro step and was bang. And here he goes again.
Setting up for another one. That got the crowd up, and now a 9-point lead, their biggest of the game, and timeout taken by Bishop Brossart. 3:52 left before halftime. 30-21.
Brady Gabbard went boom, not once, but twice. And it's just good defense. I mean, again, forcing turnovers, and he finished in style.
And really, it's just jumping passing lanes. They're winning the 50-50 balls. They're doing everything on defense right now to give themselves these kind of looks on offense. And you've got your leading scorer on the bench in a little bit of early foul trouble, and they've been able to still take advantage and go up by 9 here with 3:52 and Arlenhouse on the bench.
I think this is a big 3:52 because if you're Bishop Brossart, you have to take care of the basketball. That has to be your number one priority. And obviously you've got to make some shots because this Holy Cross team could get away from you in a hurry if you let them. Oh.
They do break the pressure. Kuntz had it knocked out of his hands out of bounds. Did the clock not run? The inbounds to Kuntz, three-pointer, no good. And Earledge with the rebound. Amir Henderson drives, kicks. Top of the key to Gabbard. Elbow jumper, good. Gabbard's come alive.
He's got the whole game on display. That's out of bounds. That's another turnover. But how about the pull-up jumper from the free throw line? That was pretty.
Gabbard has scored all 6 of his points here in the second period, 2 of them on dunks, and then that elbow jumper from the foul line, as Brian said, with 3:21 left. They've opened up an 11-point lead, but the ball did go out of bounds, and Holy Cross has it right back and can add to the lead. Again, just kind of an errant pass. Defense is hurting them, and there's a Euro step. Amir Henderson's first basket. Everybody getting in the act.
You know, he's a guy we didn't even mention, Amir Henderson, and you can see what he can do with and without the basketball.
Brian, they're running my favorite press, and it leads to another turnover. Just a 2-2-1 press, and as soon as they got into the front court that time, they tried a skip pass that sailed out of bounds.
I thought he might call a timeout right there just to kind of get the guys regrouped a little bit. Going to try to let them play through it. Oh.
250, and that's a rare turnover in this period for Holy Cross that'll send it right back to Bishop Brossart. 2-2-1 press, so you see the 2 out by the foul line, the 2 out by the midcourt stripe. This was a press that made John Wooden and UCLA famous. But then you get stuck with just a one-man defending, and that led to a wide-open shot. Brady Rowe with the 5-footer. They needed that. And Gabbard draws the foul.
Yeah, but they need it, but by that you can't take a breath, right? I mean, he makes the shot, and you're like, all right, we're kind of back in it a little bit, and then you come back down defensively, and it's just like, here we go. Brady Gabbard catches it and goes right to the bucket, and he's at the free throw line.
6 points all in the second period. 11-point lead. That rims out. I didn't jinx it. I didn't say anything about his free throws. If you want to know, he came in a 75% foul shooter. See? That's how
that one looked better. Had the old release, rotation, splash.
2.5 that's a play and another bad pass. And the cleanup by number 5, Nate Rominger.
Yeah, it's cleanup on aisle 5, and that kid has been doing it all night.
14-point lead, and it's been a truckload of turnovers that has led to a lot of easy baskets for Holy Cross.
Yeah, it was a one-possession game not too long ago. It was 24-21.
And another turnover, this one right in the hands of Ehrlich, who comes down, tries a tough shot, no good. Gabbard tried, no good. And now Bishop Brossart has it, and they would have had numbers, but they're a little dazed right now. Thought about a 3 there. Kuntz says, I'll take it. Yes!
Now you need to stop.
Back to 11. They do need to stop. $1:35. Ehrlich for 3 to answer. No!
That's a push-off on the rebound. Yeah, good call.
Going to go on Rominger. That's his second.
It should be number 5. The foul was on Rominger. I think he signaled. Yeah, he's correcting it now. He put up 3, but that was a clear push-off right there. I think Brossart looks a little tired.
Yes, they got a lot of hands and hips and guys bending over trying to catch their breath.
Can you imagine a Holy Cross practice? I mean, that would be fun to watch.
I tell you, I can't be more impressed with Ricardo Johnson as a coach, too. You know he has invigorated this program.
Well, I mean, their measuring stick and everybody's measuring stick this year in the 9th Region's Cupcath. And they're going to find out when they play them. Nice shot.
Derek Beazold, I believe, number 12, got the 3.
I mean, Cupcath, the unanimous number 1. Holy Cross, number 2.
Wedge back down to 8, and the three-pointer's an air ball. Holy Cross does clear the rebound. They've had it up by 14. And there's a bad pass. It's going to lead to a turnover.
And then another one right back.
Almost an unforced error right there. Drew Steffen just kind of lost it. They need to get him going again. Amir Henderson has it for Holy Cross. 45 seconds. Nice entry pass up and in by the big man. That's Max Hunt, who had a big game on the JV side, gets his first basket. And a steal by Henderson and the easy layup. 4 for him and right back to a 12-point lead for Holy Cross, approaching 20 seconds.
A couple times tonight when you think Bishop Brossart's kind of going to creep back a little bit, Holy Cross slams the door. Look at Max
Drive
Hunt.
and Hunt ties him up. Might have been a little contact.
Max Hunt, whose sister is a volleyball player out at the University of Washington. Julia Hunt missed a bunch of the year due to a foot injury, but
it's a big young man.
That's and Max is getting some looks for football from schools like Notre Dame, Northwestern, Virginia Tech, and the Louisville Cardinals.
There you go. Bring it on, Max. Come play for Jeff Brom. Nice reversal of the ball. They have it in the corner for a three-pointer.
Oh,
wow. Drew Steffen. And that'll be halftime, 41-32. So it's just 9 points. It was as much as 14. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the second half as we continue with TBNK Sports.
You're tuned in to another episode of NKY Sports Mania. We're looking at the entire season.
Everyone has a voice, so why not put yours to use with the help of the TBNK Podcast Studio? With the help of one of our TBNK employees, Kitten County residents can easily create professional-sounding podcasts at no charge. There's even the option for video.
How gnarly are the waves on the Ohio River? Well, I can definitely tell you this much.
Don't forget, while you can upload your podcast to the internet, it will also be played on our local community TV channels across Altifiber and Spectrum. So get ready for all of that incoming stardom headed your way.
And I want to talk about some of the sickest bands.
To learn more and begin your podcast journey, email create@tbnk.org or call TBNK at 859-261-1300. Remember, it's your voice. Use it at TBNK.
Welcome back to the Thomas B. Finn Activity Center from Holy Cross High School, where the Indians of Holy Cross have a 41-32 lead over the Mustangs of Bishop Brossart. I'm Scott Borders, joining me, Brian Blair. An interesting first half, Brian, but it really saw Holy Cross be the better team, even though they only outscored Bishop Brossart by 2 in the second period.
It really feels like, and you said this part midway through the first quarter, it feels like Holy Cross should be up more. You feel like they've dominated this game, but you're right. You look up there and you're like, wow, it's a 9-point game. A lot of work to do. Brossart's going to have to take better care of the basketball, and they're going to have to box out because they didn't do a very good job on either glass in the first half.
Going over the scoring totals real quick, Beckett Kuntz led Bishop Brossart with 13 points, 2 from Brady Baruski, 2 from Brady Rowe, 3 from Derek Beazold. Drew Steffen, the leading scorer at 16, did have 10, including 3 3-pointers, along with Kuntz with 3 3-pointers. Nicholas Cozy ended up with 2 points in that first half. And for Holy Cross, who's getting ready to get the ball, they were led by Nate Rominger's 14 first-half points, 7 points added from Brady Gabbard, 2 of those dunks, 6 each for Arlen Allison Earledge, 2 from Ryan Brodham, 4 from Amir Henderson, 2 from Max Hunt. And right there to start things off, an offensive foul that will erase what would have been another point for Rominger.
That's one of those, I think, if the restricted space was in the case of high school, I think that was totally a block. But, it's a hold. Yeah, it's not Arlinghouse. Bottom just holding on. That's his third.
That's what I've got, 3 with him. He only had 2 first-half points, but some foul trouble already beginning to mount.
Nobody getting up, so he's going to play it out. Oh!
As long as he catches it flat-footed like that, that's not a violation. You have to. You have to completely stop. Both feet on the ground. Good job to not commit the turnover. Bishop Brossart on the attack. Cozy, we haven't heard from a lot. That's a nice job by Gabbard.
That's just good defense. Absolutely.
And he coming down with the quick jumper. No good was Arlenhouse, and then we'll have a jump ball. Could have called a lot of things there. Anything from a jump ball to a walk. And it's going to go to Bishop Brossart.
And now you're going to see Bottom come out of the game with those 3, and Amir Henderson will check in early.
Had a good first half.
He did. Doesn't do a lot of things that you might say his name for, but he really gets after it defensively, handles the ball well. Yeah, good guy to have coming off your bench.
Just a sophomore. There's a try to swipe from behind for Arlenhouse. Balls goes out of bounds. And boy, we saw so much of that in the first half.
And I will say, Henderson has some sweet kicks. I know we can't see those shoes, but they're nice. Got some the multicolored. Yeah, they're. Oh.
And that'll be a turnover. The foul coming against, away from the ball, might I add, Brady Baruski.
Yeah, they're one of those where like one shoe is one color and one's the other, which is weird.
It's a thing now.
But it is, and they're pretty sharp.
Look at the pass right there from Henderson. I'm not sure Gabbard ever expected it. He had a look what I found moment and got the layup.
Henderson says, my shoes aren't the only thing flashy tonight. That was nice.
The tough defense here on the outside, 43-32.
Ooh.
There was a heck of a screen right there by Brady Rowe. Ball goes out of bounds. Will stay with Bishop Brossart.
Better screen or better block? That was tough on both sides. I'll tell you what, you better know where Gabbard is, though, when you're on this end of the floor, because he's done that a couple times tonight.
With the ball right now, driving into the paint. Cozy can't make it. Rebound comes out to Holy Cross, and everybody left Arlenhouse alone. And boy, he doesn't miss that often, but there to clean up Gabbard, but can't make it.
Oh.
Gabbard tried to steal and got whistled for the foul.
Gabbard just so aggressive. We've said it all night, but might have been not the smartest of fouls, but nevertheless, you can't knock the aggressiveness. There's a bad pass.
And Arlenhouse just got the easiest basket of his life after anticipating the pass. 8 points for him. Hands all over the place. They really are going after every deflection, every loose ball.
You've got to feel like there's 6 or 7 players out there on defense.
Ehrlich drew the foul. I was going to say it was a late whistle, but an obvious call right there as Cozy gets his second. Ehrlich will go to the line.
Yeah, I was like you. I thought that official blew the whistle late. I mean, it seemed pretty obvious that it was a foul. It's almost like he waited to see if the shot was going to go in, perhaps.
Ehrlich hit 2 and got the first. One of those other seniors Brian talked about, 7 points in the contest, had a pair of threes in the first half.
You know, the one thing this team does, Holy Cross, is it makes the opposing coach try to figure out who are you going to stop. You know, they have 3 or 4 guys that are weapons. Which one are you going to focus on?
You kept Arlenhouse at bay in the first half with the foul trouble, and boy, people just came off the bench to step up. A lot of guys doing it tonight for the Indians. And this is a team, like we said, that they just went through Boone County like a tornado. Playing 3 road games and winning all 3. And Henderson, coast to coast for the sophomore.
Stop the basketball. Henderson said, if you're not going to stop it, I'm taking myself in these shoes all the way to the goal.
Henderson having a little party tonight saying, don't forget about the sophomore on this team.
Oh.
Another steal. Just a bad decision by Steffen, but he stole it back. Kuntz comes back down with the 3-pointer launched. No good.
Nice.
Tipped up, no good.
Oh, and then a foul, but
Got away with it.
he did.
3 minutes gone, and then we're going to have a foul 30 feet from the basket. And that'll go against Stephen. He should have had the foul at the other end. So it's all justice. 49-32. While we've been talking, they have simply, gotten a 17-point lead is all they've done. Still no points for Bishop Brossart here in the second half yet.
They've had a couple of decent looks at it, but their biggest problem is just hanging on to the ball.
The turnovers continue to mount, but
Oh, look at him.
Crossover and can't quite get that one to go, and it's a jump ball on the rebound. But Amir Henderson continues to impress. Silky smooth for the sophomore.
You know what? He's just taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. Nobody's stopping the ball, and he's been able to get into the middle of the paint, and that's a good shot. He's just – here he is.
Didn't take the three, but drives and kicks, which he loves to do. I think he should have
Probably should have
it.
shot. I agree. I think he should have just gone up with that.
Nice drive off the glass. No good, but Rominger there to clean it up. That was Braylon Thornberry on the miss, but Rominger, as he has been all game, to clean things up. 4 1/4 to play. We're nearing the midway point. Still no basket, no scoring in the second half for Bishop Brossart.
Oh.
And the steal, which arguably may have been clean, got a little contact. I think he got some. Essex Adams gets whistled for it.
Somebody on the Holy Cross side did their best John McEnroe. Are you serious? Of course, people don't even know who John McEnroe is, probably.
Oh, and then they get him again on the foul. This time shooting the ball was Brady Rowe. He had good position. It was hard to see what he did with his hands, but what I do know is Essex came down with his hand. Anytime you do that, it's a good chance you're going to get whistled.
And the fan who's doing his John McEnroe was also dressed up as Cousin Eddie over there in the Holy Cross student section.
You got to have a look, Brian.
Oh, man.
There is finally a point for Bishop Brossart here in the second half. First, and it comes with 11 seconds before the midway point of the third period. You'll get one more. Brady Rowe, 3 points now in the game, and missed that one.
There he goes again.
All by himself. Nobody picked him up. He took it right to the basket. 8 points for him. He has earned every one of them. Great instincts for Amir Henderson.
Yeah, again, that's, ooh.
They're going to say, and I believe Thornberry did touch it last. He thought he created the turnover. 3:51 to go, third period, 20-point lead, Holy Cross.
I tell you what, though, if you're Ben Franzen right now, you have to tell somebody, stop number one. Stop the penetration. He's been able to go wherever he wants.
And then who do you leave? You've got Rominger and Arlenhouse out there now. I mean, it's like you said earlier, pick your poison. You can stop somebody, but you're not going to stop everybody. And Arlenhouse gets whistled for his third immediately after coming in off the bench.
You mentioned their trip through Boone County earlier this season. I read in Link, Northern Kentucky, that Ricardo Johnson calls those road kills. And they've had 3 of them already. This is only their second home game.
I tell you, that's impressive. You'd look at a team like Cooper, who is, of course, represented the 9th region last year in the state tournament, as he missed both of them. And even Connor, who challenged Cooper all year last year, both those teams coming back strong as Henderson missed a long shot. Foul on the rebound goes against Brossart.
I thought that was going to be an over the back, but instead they're going to get Cozy on the box out.
His third, and I tell you, that's one that you see all the time now in college. You'll see a guy clearing out and get whistled for that. I agree with you. It may have been a little more over the back, but nice feed. Rominger does what he does best. 18 points for the senior forward. 55-33. They just keep adding to their longest lead. Three-pointer is good, and then a foul away from the shot. So credit Baruski with the three, and I believe they're going to get a possession here, Brian.
Well, for Peruski, he came in with just our second leading scorer on the team, and that's only his 5th point tonight. They've done a really nice job of limiting him on the offensive end. And Cozy's going to go to the line because that was the fifth foul.
Still takes a while to get used to.
So a chance for a 5-point play.
First time at the line tonight, comes in 55%. That one a little hard. They won't get the 5-point trip. See if they can make it the 4-point trip. It's the big man, Max Hunt, the junior. It's hard to believe he's just a junior. You can see college football coaches that take a look at that frame. You put him on a good weight program and see what those kids change so much from their freshman to their sophomore years. Got it. .3:16 to play. Third period of action, 55-37. A 4-point trip that time for the Mustangs. There's a three-pointer from Gabbard. He hits the air ball, but it's rebounded by Holy Cross. And Henderson with the beautiful no-look to Hunt. Another assist for Henderson. He has just looked solid.
He's having a third quarter, a great third quarter coming in off the bench with 15 seconds in.
Long three this time, no good. Put back, no good. Gabbard on the rebound. Holy Cross comes out of there with it. 2.5 to play.
That's a foul, yep.
Foul again, 20 feet from the basket. Committed by Wyatt Feldman.
And that's going to put Holy Cross at the line. That was Brossart's 5th. I do like the rule, but I wish there was a 1-and-1 component to it. I said this last year, and this is a little bit of the get off my lawn old man take, but I do miss the 1-and-1 at the high school level. I mean, you still see it at the collegiate level, and you've seen games this year where it's made a difference.
And I'm still glad they keep it at the collegiate level, although Jay Billis is convinced eventually they will go to a quarter system in college basketball as well. Do you think they will, Brian?
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. They've had it in the women's game for quite a while,
well,
and
I don't like it.
And it's again, I don't mind that so much. Basically, what it does is it gives you an extra media timeout. Is really what it does.
Free throw after getting fouled. He just keeps adding to his point total, now with 11. Short on that one. 1 of 2 on each of his last trips. Out of bounds, stays here.
I mean,
that's
everywhere else you play quarters.
Yeah.
You know, except for the men's college game.
It's tradition.
So, and I do understand that.
So were the bowl games in football, so we see what's happened there. The I Don't Care Bowl. Not sure if that was the right official on that call right there. The farthest away from the play, he's going to get Gabbard. I thought that actually was kind of some out-of-control play.
I thought it was a pretty good strip, to be honest.
It looked like a clean strip. Out of control, basically, on the part of Bishop Brossart and Baruski. 6 points now for him with 2:15 to play in the third. A lot of whistles have dominated the last 4 of this period.
I thought they let him play a lot in the first half, but here in this quarter, they've seemed to be a little more picky. Boy,
this has not been a free throw shooting exhibition by either team. I can't remember the last time we saw somebody hit 2 free throws in a row. Max Hunt, that's a mismatch. And they called timeout. Interesting there. Hunt had a mismatch, and he just about turned the ball over, but they got the timeout. 3 ticks over 2 minutes left in the third, Brian.
This is kind of more how now with Holy Cross pulling away, this is what we said, at halftime when it felt like Holy Cross should be farther ahead. Now they are. I mean, and it's really a credit to their defense and just I am so impressed with their effort. They just get after it all over the floor and you said it, it's a product of their head coach. It's Ricardo Johnson and it's him energizing these kids.
And it is a controlled mayhem,
yes,
if you will. If you watch them play, especially on defense, with the help defense, they really have everything covered. But even offensively, they're not a sloppy team.
No.
They have a plan coming in. I just credit him both with being a good bench X's and O's type of coach, but also the type of coach who can get up and motivate his team, stays very even-keeled during the game. Of course, we remember him being a tremendous player back in the 9th region. A state championship to his credit.
You never know, too, how players are going to adapt to that coaching, but it seems like it fits in pretty nicely. That's a grab, isn't it? Nope.
A lot of contact, but Romacher gets away to get the basket. 6 in the third period, 20 for the game to lead all scores. We're under 2 minutes, and Bishop Brossart has about run out of their bag of tricks right now. There's just not much left. Good
Turn and shoot that.
Pass.
Just
now they get the contested 3. Might have been partially blocked, and Arlinghouse has a wide open layup on the other end.
I was hoping he was going to lob it up for Gabbard or something. Gabbard was trailing him.
10 now for Arlinghouse, and it's been kind of a quiet game for him. Henderson's really earned that playing time here in the second or half in the third period. Another lazy pass that could have been stolen, and that was, and Henderson falls down. Ball was going out of bounds.
Look who's there to pick him up, his coach. And his coach didn't smile, but he loves that. You know he does.
I tell you, I'm more and more impressed the more I see Henderson play. A little smile on his face. He's having fun.
He's saying to his coach right now, hey, you need to give me more time, coach. And if he keeps playing like that, he'll be hard to keep out of a lineup.
Always fun to watch. A long man, he got a steal there as we're talking about him. Lays it up and in.
He's had all 6 points within 6 feet of the basket combined.
Nice entry pass.
Now you realize if Holy Cross scores again, they're going to be at 67, which is going to get the Holy Cross fans.
Oh, no.
Here, it's going to happen on a dunk. Ready? Nope.
Didn't dunk it. Here we go.
It's 6-7.
We don't really understand it, but we participate.
Well, I teach a high school in high school, so
you've deciphered.
I was surprised there wasn't a bigger reaction.
3 in the corner, no good. It's happening in college games. Long 3, Gabbard at the buzzer.
That is an exclamation point for Holy Cross tonight.
You may see some bench players getting a little time sooner than later. Gabbard, a huge third period. 16 points in the game for him.
listening to Coach Franzen here talk to his guys, and he is just really imploring them to pass fake and to do a better job of protecting the basketball. I mean, this game is over for all intents and purposes. However, there's still a lot for Brossart to work on, because if you're Holy Cross, I mean, you're going to keep coming until the coach tells you not to. So still a lot of learning that can happen in this last 8 minutes for these Brossart players. And it might save them some sprints tomorrow if they can play a good fourth quarter here tonight, because right now it ain't looking good for practice tomorrow.
All right, so Holy Cross has it. We are underway here in the final period. Kind of a mismatch out there with Hunt. The ball along the block on the right side, turns, tries to dump it off, and just loses it. Not the prettiest play by Hunt. There's a long step into the lane, and Wyatt Feldman gets his first basket of the game, and that comes with an immediate timeout that I'm not sure I get, but a 30-point lead. But this time, Bishop Brossart gets off the scoring early.
Well, you think if you're Max Hunt on that last possession, you would like to, and if you're the Holy Cross coaches, you'd like to see him catch that farther, or I should say closer to the basket. His defender's pushing him out off the block, and so he's catching it where he's not really in a position for him to score. You'd love to see him, and I'm sure they're going to tell him, you got to catch that on that block and then go to work. But the defender tonight twice now has done a good job of kind of moving him, which is not easy to do, off his spot.
You could tell they could get somebody, and they will have somebody working with him as a big man. There's more ways Max Hunt could use his body. He almost plays like he's afraid he may hurt somebody out there, which he might. It's not a lack of aggression on his part, but I mean, I think he's trying to play the game the way it's supposed to be played, and I think the coaches would like him to kind of be a bull in a china shop sometimes out there. Holy Cross, 30-point lead in the ball.
Not sure why they called the timeout either. I thought they might set a press or something up, but no.
Henderson got clotheslined with no whistle, and he rightfully looked at the ref with a little indignation there, and then comes back and gets the steal. Now they got numbers. He'll slow it down as quickly Brossart caught up. Three-pointer Rominger rims out.
How about Henderson? He just took that into his own hands. He was upset, and the Brossart player got a little bit lazy with the basketball.
He was on the ground, so he had to come from that position as a three-pointer is up and good from Derek Beazold, his second of the game.
Tell you what, being from Campbell County, you got a Franzen as a coach, a Beazold, a Steffen. There's a lot of, if you're from Campbell County, yeah. See,
three-pointer to answer is good. Aiden Ehrlich had a pretty nice game today.
Yeah, not a big stat stuffing game necessarily, but he's another guy who just knows how to play the game.
Third three-pointer for him, 11 points. And there's a rebound on the miss, almost 2 minutes gone here in the fourth period. And Max Hunt says, why not? Little hard.
Max Hunt with like an NBA big man where you kind of slowly come down the floor and then you stop at the free throw line and they find you on the pass.
You see some of the same things you saw with Bishop Brossart in the first half. Just a little confusion on offense and a lot of trying to take people off the dribble. It just hasn't worked out real well. There's another nice take up and in. They say double dribble. All right, I'm going to ask you, Brad, did you see the double dribble?
No.
I thought it was a pretty good crossover.
I think Ricardo Johnson did.
He did.
Yeah. And he, but I tell you what, that is, I mean, Henderson getting a break, but he was out there for a long time, well-deserved.
Just about the entire third period, and like you said, well-deserved. Hats off to that sophomore who has made his presence felt here tonight.
He has announced his presence with authority. I don't know if anybody got the movie reference. I knew you would.
Might have been a little spicier when they said it, though. Nice pass.
Nice, that was.
Good interior pass. Feldman is the recipient. 4 points for him all here in the fourth period.
If you're Brossart, too, like I said, you kind of walked into a buzzsaw tonight. I mean, this is one of the toughest teams in the 9th region. You know, obviously good teams down in the 10th region as well, but they're going to beat a lot of people this year, this Holy Cross team. So you got to learn from it tonight, get back to work if you're Brossart.
Yeah, they went through the wars already, like I said, with that trip to
nice
Boone
pass.
County. A beautiful feed from Arlen House to get bottom of basket, 4 for him in the game. 4:51 to play.
And again, they're trying to find themselves a little bit. They lost their 3 top scorers last year. So some experience, but I don't know that they have a guy who's really the guy yet, if you know what I mean.
Not quite yet. And I think Steffen's got that opportunity. He's kind of been lost here in the second half in this game where he had 10 first half points. You really thought he got on track, but they've done a good job defensively against him here in the second. Ehrlich for his 4th three, this one short. Brossart on the rebound. And that'll be a jump ball. Ehrlich forces it.
And again, that's Ehrlich. You know, yes, he's made some threes tonight, but he's done a lot of that, those hustle-type plays that, like I said, may not show up on a stat sheet, but coaches recognize and they see that stuff on film.
Brian Ferguson gets his first opportunity at some game time today, number 13 for Holy Cross. As that is knocked out of bounds, we'll stay right here. #24 is Bauer Glass, who has checked into the game for Brossart. Feldman. That slick floor again, Brian. Feldman for 30, why not? The lefty misses, and Ehrlich with a great block out. Almost lost it.
A little dipsy-do.
Tough shot. How about Essex Adams' first basket tonight?
Missed a couple free throws in the first half, but got one off the glass right there.
The one-handed straight away off the glass. That isn't an easy shot in any league. Feldman again gets it up in the left hand. That might be the first foul. Is that the first foul here of the fourth
Yes.
quarter?
Yes, it is.
You do have a tendency to not call as much in a game like this. 32-point lead. 77-45, but Feldman hits it. 77-46. Xavier Thornberry to check in. He replaces Braylon Thornberry.
Apparently Xavier Thornberry, number 12, a crowd favorite.
Evidently.
If he makes a shot, this place may go nuts.
Ferguson, nice pass to Hunt. Hunt softly up the back of the rim and dropping it in.
That's where he should live. It's just right in there.
That was a nice steal. Essex, Brian Ferguson with it, trying to run the offense. Getting some subs in now, and then we have a foul. I don't know who he got there.
22. Nope. Was it 22? Was
Jake
it?
Bricking, number 2 of Bishop Brossart. Now he's going to get the 5 that he has out there and is going to have a little talk with him as a couple of more are waiting to come in. 4 minutes, or rather 3 minutes, 4 seconds is Ferguson, an opportunity to get in the scoring column. Misses the first. Wants so badly just to get in that scoring column.
Well, we're really close to a running clock here.
Nope, misspoke.
And with 3 minutes to go, it doesn't matter a ton, but.
A lot of contact, no whistle. Now they got it. Late whistle, but it was the right call. That'll go against Noah Fuller, who had checked into the game
I tell you what,
just recently.
Noah Fuller should have bought a bus ticket for that ride. I mean, he was all over Brady Rowe.
Rowe at the line has 3 points in the game, is short on that one. I said this has not been a free throw exhibition by either team tonight.
You know what, it's interesting as we do these games and you look at free throw statistics, it's surprising sometimes how bad some of these teams are at shooting free throws. It is just not something kids take serious. They'd rather do that. Shoot a three.
Nobody able to clean it up. Fuller on the miss.
Oh.
Try it the reverse. Blocked. Ferguson, right side. Three-pointer on the way. No good. That was Cahill Johnson. Did we get a timeout? I believe we did with 2:28, as I think Ricardo Johnson may try to get the rest of his guys out.
Don't
there.
anybody tell Ricardo Johnson you're up 32. He is hot at the reserves right now.
Did you know that we have Reggie Miller officiating the game tonight? I got a Reggie Miller look-alike on our official here. Not quite as tall.
No. Might want to admit,
Reggie Miller dates me a little bit. There's a bunch of young people out there saying, who?
yeah. Who's Reggie Miller? You know, it's kind of cool before the game, and I don't know if people heard it, the announcement, but they retired a coat over there on the far sideline of a gentleman named Frank Beach, who was highly involved in this community as far as they talked about the pickup leagues and, you know, just young people getting them interested in the game of basketball. Very cool. That's where he sat for a very long time. He passed away back in July, but that was his seat right above where that jacket's hanging, and it was a cool moment. You got to honor him tonight. It's got some grandkids. Great. I think they said
games since '66.
Yeah.
They said 50 years.
I think they said he has 3 great grandsons who are in this program here at Holy Cross. So cool moment before the game. There's so many stories around the state of like that.
Miss right there. Hunt tried to clean it up, and Brossart will have it 79-47. Approaching 2 minutes.
Do you have a guy you remember from your days at Ballard, or a person who you knew was always going to be in the stands, maybe the same place? Did you have somebody like that?
There were a couple. One was kind of a coach ended up coaching freshman and JV. We always called him Big Head Marty because he had a big head.
And his name was Marty?
Marty, Big Head Marty, yeah. And then we just always had some people. Ballard, when I went there, was only 22, 23 years old at the time, so not a lot of tradition had built up quite yet. You look at a school like Holy Cross, it's been here a while.
Yeah.
Three-pointer, no good. Tip, no good. Blocked out of bounds, stays with Holy Cross, $133.
That young man thought he was going to get himself an easy bucket, and Wyatt Feldman said, no, not tonight, not on my watch.
Almost loses the ball there. Little ball control moment, Cahill Johnson.
Now, I wonder if when the shot clock comes around, as it is now the clock is running, if there'll be one of those recycle the shot clock rules in high school.
Sure.
That'd be something
Especially
to watch
on a
for.
kick ball. Three-pointer coming, Cahill Johnson, air ball. You really root for those kids here late to get some of those.
You do. You know, used to say when we were growing up, you're trying to get your name in the paper tomorrow, but you're trying to get a little Instagram or a TikTok mention or something now. Nice play.
7 points for Feldman.
Nobody really looks at box scores anymore.
I still do.
I mean, I do. But again, that's not something you look in the paper for. You do that stuff online
When's
now.
the last time you heard about a player's batting average in baseball? Now you hear about their WAR, their WAR, their
Come on, some
OPS.
nope.
What I mean, you got all the sabermetrics,
and you do in basketball too.
Yep.
A lot of it's changing.
79-51 is our final, and it was pretty much a runaway after halftime. And that's about all Bishop Brossart could muster.
Brossart hung in for the first half, but I said it. I didn't think that they had the sustainability. I didn't know the game was very much played to Holy Cross's pace, and they're just a very good basketball team. Very impressed.
Going to be interesting.
They're deep
to see what they do in this region. Let's go over the scoring real quick before we say goodbye. Leading his team in scoring was actually Beckett Kuntz, who did not score in the second half. 13 for the game for Bishop Brossart. Drew Steffen, their leading scorer, added 10 points, and again had all of those in the first half. 4 points from Brady Rowe, 6 points from Brady Baruski, 7 points from Wyatt Feldman. Nicholas Cozy added 3 points. On the other side of the thing, for the victorious Holy Cross Indians, led in scoring by Nate Rominger and his 20 points. Brady Gabbard added 16 points and a late three-pointer at the end of the third. 6 points off the bench for Max Hunt. Essex Adams with 2 points, 10 each for Luke Arlenhouse and Aiden Erlich, who had 4 3-pointers in the game. Amir Henderson with a great effort off the bench for 10 points. Ryan Bottom with 4 points. Again, the final 79-51. Any final thoughts, Brian?
Well, I think two things quickly. Just Holy Cross is experienced. They're deep. That would be what I would say. And if you're a Bishop Brossart fan tonight, you know what? It's a long season. There's a lot of things you can take away that you obviously have to work on tonight. But again, you're right. It's what can this team in Holy Cross do in 9th region play? And I said it before and I'll say it again. The measuring stick in this region is Covington Catholic. They're in the same district. It should be fun.
We're going to see Holy Cross several times this year, so make sure you stay tuned in later broadcasts. For Brian Blair, this has been Scott Borders for TBNK Sports saying good night from Holy Cross.